everybody, Doug Walsh here with Dark Horse Stables. So I'm back here with Misty, and you know, in our previous session we were working on with her because she's been a very dynamic horse, and you know, we want to build that connection with her. So with her, we had to spend a lot of time. When I say we, I say Cherry, who is her owner, and myself spent a lot of time with her building that trust, but building that trust through some respect, some mutual respect for one another, getting her to really feel safe with us, and it's really working really well, and she's doing so good. But you know, we now can start to ask her things to bring her energy up, because we talk about how horses can be either very relaxed and lazy, or as soon as they get kind of uppity or distracted, they become nervous and they become tense. So you know, I want her to be relaxed. I want to be able to walk around with her. And in our previous session that was just filmed a few minutes ago, we're just breaking this into a couple parts, was that you know, she is really gravitated toward the mares to your left, and to the barn to my right. And so I just want to say to her, you know, we've worked on this by having her do a little bit of work over in that area and saying, okay, if I come over to this area, how drawn now is she? Because we've done a little bit of work along the fence line. And when we work along that fence line, I'm not right up against that fence, I'm a couple feet off. I want her to be able to bend and move her body just as if she would here. Like if I go to ask for her to disengage her hindquarters, or just to disengage her neck and come to a stop, I don't have any leg on, she comes to a stop. Now if I put leg on and then I take leg off, I want her to be able to even be quicker about stopping and starting like that, but she's pretty quick as soon as I take leg off. She still is relaxed through her neck, and I can ask for her to stop like that. So then if you notice, when I take the rein and just allow her, like she bent in this way, and you can probably see it better on this side. So if she bends in this way, good. And then I don't want her to just jerk her head back right away. So see how I dropped this line? And she can bring it back and just check things out. Now, this is also good because it's feeding time right now. So she looked over to the barn, she gave her ears back towards me. And now if I walk off, I want to make sure that I always have her wanting to pay attention to me. So I'm going to walk this direction, and then I'm going to see how, oh, she kind of looked at those girls over there, kind of looked at them, and then she said, you know, that's probably not the best decision. I don't need to rely on them, because I don't want her to, just don't want her to rely on them. I want her to rely on me. So I'm going to come back this way. Good. And she's looking to the right now because she sees the food over there. So this is a great opportunity for me to make sure she's focused on me. So she's getting more and more distracted with the girls next to her getting some food. So I'm just going to ask her to stay focused on me in a positive way. So the minute she loses focus, see all of a sudden how she's not able to move her body in the way that is the most conducive for her relaxation. Right there, good. So I'm just going to ask her to come back to me, good. So I'm just going to continue just to ask for her to do some things. So I'm just doing small little figure eights just to get her feet moving, asking her to come to that relaxation pattern at the walk. Good. And then when I start to feel that she's completely relaxed over here and she's not too worried about anything, then what I'll do is I'll walk back. So, okay, she wants to go back there. All right, I'm not going to fight you. If you want to go back there, we'll come back over here and we'll work around this area a little bit more. Okay, so I want her to know where her feet are if I go to turn around, that she won't want to step on the railroad tie. I'm giving her enough room to be able to move her hind end around. So if I want her to move her hind end around and turn around those haunches, she can do that. So then I'll say, okay, can she walk back out without wanting to look back there? So I have my hands like this just so you can see what does she want to do. Okay, she now wants to go back there, so we'll go work in this area. Oh, now she wants to go back to the barn. So I'm going to say, okay, now we're going to work in this little area right here. Going to work right in this little area right here. until I feel that she is focused on me. And now I feel like she's starting to focus again, so I'm just going to walk back towards the middle here. I'm going to allow her to have her head, because if I'm steering her straight, she should just be going straight. Good. So now I'm going to let her relax here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend her head in here, ask her just to move her hind, release the hind. Good. So as soon as I released that right leg, it stopped her hind end. Now she's relaxed, she's facing the camera. So you can see just these little exercises, and I'll do this as much as I need to make sure that I have a connection with her in relaxation, and we'll go back from doing the groundwork to then under saddle, and just making sure that we get her to be in the parasympathetic nervous system and be focused on us, 100% focused on us, and 100% relaxed, and just in that moment right now where she is actively focused on us instead of all these other things, because that's where horses have issues that we see, and it's just because they don't look at us as their priority. So we want to work on that to be their priority. And I'm going to do just one more thing before we finish up here today, is that I'm just going to walk her back over in this area now, as if I was getting ready to leave the arena, and I just want to think, okay, can I just turn her to the right before we leave the arena? And is she going to be light? Is she going to move off of my seat? So she did that to the right, so great. So now I'm just going to walk back out here, and then I'm just going to look to my left here. Look to my left, because I don't want her to anticipate what I'm going to be doing in a negative way. I want to give her a clear direction, because horses are pretty smart and they can learn things. If you do different patterns, they'll learn those patterns, but we don't want that to be used against us either. We want them to always be waiting for what we want. No different if I was to go around this arena. There's a lot of horses out there that when they got to the end of the arena on the right side, the horse would make that left-hand turn and go around the arena. When they're fully listening to us, the right thing to do would be that if I don't give that horse any other cue other than going straight, they'll get to the end of that arena and they'll just stop and ask us for the next direction. So, I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to go like I'm going to leave the arena here. And I just want to look to my right. I'm going to try not going to touch those reins at all. Looking to the right, looking to the right, looking to the right. Okay, she chose through my seat to bend her head to the right, bend her neck to the right, and go to that direction. I'm going to try this one more time, which is good because we have another horse up here. So I want to see if I can do this without touching the reins. So I'm going to look to the right, 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 and just walk her off. You could probably see pretty good in that camera angle that all I was doing was guiding her with my seat. Just like if I want to turn around and look at the camera here, I'm going to look, ask her to move, ask her to move. She knows that's her resting place right now that we're teaching her today, but she still, unless I give her a cue, I don't want her to stop there. So even though we moved that resting place from the barn to over here, it's still, unless she gets a signal from me, she shouldn't just stop there. She should still keep going. So we're working on things daily with her, and you have to break them down to individual little things and go, okay, I might have to peel this layer of the onion back, and if I'm adding too many components at once, nice big breath. If I'm adding too many components at once, then I got to strip that one component back off, and then see if I can get what I'm at. If she's really understanding through that 100% focus and suppleness and relaxation, then can I add that component back in and see how she does. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Look forward to seeing you on our next session with Misty. She's an amazing horse. She's one of my favorite horses to ride, and her story is unbelievable. So watch the whole segment on her. She's really cool. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.